Alright, what is up YouTube? Welcome to the video. Full day of eating, full day of training, and we start promptly in the kitchen, fellas. It's 5 a.m., just woke up. Recently been waking up at like 5 to 6 a.m., which has been freaking awesome. I mean, today I woke up at like 4:40, but I've talked a lot. My sleep the last like 6 months, I was waking up at like 3:30 to 4 a.m. And I identified, I think, why. I was prescribed Adderall a couple months ago, and I would wake up and I would just be so used to taking it in the morning that my body got so used to that time. So I stopped taking it like 2 months ago, and I'm back in my normal sleep routine. Like I wake up between like, usually now like 5:30 to 6. Today was a little earlier, but it's been awesome because not that my sleep was like horrible, like I was still getting like 8 hours of sleep, but I would have to go to bed at like before 8 p.m. Before 8 p.m. Yeah, it was early. So now I'm back. My favorite bedtime frame is 9:15. That's when lights are out. So I go to bed between 9 and 9:15. Usually I wake up between 5:30 to 6. So gets me 8 hours, gets me feeling good because sleep is key. It's key, number one. But key number two is a good breakfast. So we'll start. If you've seen it, you know how much I love my damn breakfast. I love it. We got the 5 eggs. We got the Vital Farms pasture raised, a little bit of spinach in there, and then I go 2 servings of this honey and maple turkey breast. So I always get, this one's the Whole Foods brand, the Applegate. I'll usually get that, or the Aldi one is actually better, but I ran out of the Aldi one. Aldi one, way better. And then I'll throw in half a serving of cheese, and then we got in like 2 pieces of this sourdough bread, and I'll throw a little butter on there. As that's whipping up, I'll show you the morning sup. So, of course, everything from Raw and Revive. We got the vitamin K2 D3. So take that every morning, multivitamin. I just started taking this one, Brain Plus. So it has like those, I should know the exact stuff in it. I forgot the name, whatever it has in it, but good for the brain and help protect the brain, some joint support, and then of course creatine. So those are the daily essential vitamins from Revive, and then that from Raw. All right, fellas, when we talk goats, we got it right here. Look at that breakfast scramble. 5 eggs, turkey, spinach, cheese. Oh, the camera's not doing it justice. And then we got the little sourdough bread with some butter on it. This is gonna be so freaking good. So I am gonna crank this. So basically every morning I'll eat this and then probably work for a little bit and then go for a walk or something like that. It is Saturday, so I probably won't work as much today. But yeah, this is brain fuel, and it keeps you satiated. It gets you ready to go. So crush these scrambies. I'll see you next. All right, so just worked for a little bit, and now it is 10 toe express time. We're getting our steps in, fellas. We're walking, we're getting it in, because steps are key. Also look both ways when you're crossing the road. Don't be so locked into your phone. I'm guilty of that. But anyways, as far as steps, I'm starting to cut, you know, kind of the gist of this video. So started to cut earlier this week on Monday is Saturday. Gonna cut for about 8 weeks. So I got a DEXA scan back in, what was that, beginning of February. I was 10.3% body fat. So DEXA scan, if you've seen it, it's like an x-ray you lay down on it. It's the most accurate form of like body fat measurement because literally x-rays your body. So 10.3% accurate. My goal, sub 8% body fat. So all that really requires is like probably a 5 to 6 pound cut, probably around 6 pounds. So, you know, sitting at like 202, so bring me down to like 196. So these next 8 weeks, and I say 8 weeks, but 8 to 10 weeks, because I want to do it nice and slow, lose that 5 to 6 pounds. And so what I'm doing, I'm eating in a 300 calorie deficit to start. So right now I estimate my main calories to be around 3,400. So I'm eating around 3,100 each day. And then I'm just increasing my steps just slightly. So last couple weeks, months, I've been averaging like 12,000 steps. I'm bumping that up to 14,000. So for me, that just requires like an extra 20 minutes of walking. So it's really if I just get a walk in the morning and then through my normal exercise, and then usually have to do like a little bit of a walk at night, but for the most part, it's pretty manageable. So I kind of throw in a walk in the morning, like 30 to 40 minutes, just to get some steps, get ahead of the day, get the brain churning. But I talk about the cut because like, I think a lot of times people are like, oh, you're cutting, you have to change everything up. First off, my training's staying the same. I'm still lifting heavy. I'm lifting 6 days a week. I'm sprinting twice. I'm conditioning 2 to 3 times and then doing cardio another time. So, you know, I'm doing
2 workouts a day, 6 days a week, that's staying the same. And that's why I'm not doing like a super aggressive cut, because I don't want to do a super aggressive cut where it's just like you feel horrible all the time. You know, you're constantly thinking about food and your training suffers. For me, it's like obviously training's so important. And because I'm pretty active, my maintenance calories are pretty high, like 3,400. So, you know, I'm still eating 3,100 calories a day, which is plenty for me, and it's enough to fuel me. So I want to make sure I'm fueled for those sessions because, you know, obviously I want to get my strength numbers and everything at least staying the same, maybe going up if possible. So that's a big goal there. And then just increasing the steps, just increasing like non-exercise activity, try to move a little more, because I saw a chart and it's, you know, it's all relative, but generally for every 1,000 steps you go, it's about 50 calories burned. So 10,000 steps would be about 500 calories, 20,000 would be about 1,000. So you kind of use that as an estimate. So by bumping it up another 2,000, that's like an extra 100 calories a day. So, you know, just play around with that. It doesn't have to be super complex. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like, your training, keep it the same, and then you just find ways to increase activity. Personally, I'd rather increase activity than drop my calories a bunch. So that's why I'm walking more, exercising more, and doing all that, because 1, that's my favorite thing. I love doing that. But 2, under 3,000 calories is hard for the soul for me. I don't know if I can do it. So that's why I'd rather just walk more and do more. So anyways, we're getting the walking in. I don't know why it's so cold. It's freaking April in Virginia. It should be warm by now, but summer's coming. Summer's coming. That's why I'm doing this cut. I just want to be freaking, I want to look like a specimen come summertime, just veined out. I want people to be accusing me of the roids again. Natural, by the way. But anyways, we'll get this walk in, and then we'll get eating, and then we'll get into our training session.
All right, about to head to the gym. And this is freaking pre-workout meal I've been obsessed with. I've been freaking obsessed with this. Last like month, I finally found the perfect pre-workout meal. And newsflash, all it is just a bunch of carbs and some protein. So here we got the 2 Chobani yogurts. So the 20 gram ones might go to 140 calories per pop, 280 right here. And then if you can see, I throw a little bit of honey in there. Serving of honey, 21 grams. And then I've just been getting blueberries. First off, let's do a live taste test, see if they're actually, the worst is when you think you got a good selection of blueberries, and they're mushy. Oh, fellas. Okay, not bad, not bad. I like them really crispy, but as long as they're not super mushy, they're fine. So we got that right there. So that right here, that's like 100 grams, 85 grams of carbs, 7 grams of fat, 42 grams of protein. So pre-workout, obviously prioritize carbs, minimal fats, and then some protein. So like a 1-to-2 ratio is perfect. So this is perfect because it's essentially 40 grams protein, 80 carbs, 1-to-2. Make sure I'm fueled because honestly, I'm not even that hungry right now. That breakfast satiates me for so long, and it's been almost 4 hours, but I'll also be in the gym for the next like 2.5 hours. So I know I'll get hungry towards the end, and this is to prevent me from getting hungry because I hate when it's like the last 30 minutes and I'm starting to get hungry and you start thinking about food. No, I don't want to lose intent throughout. But that's the food, and then this is the greatest pre-workout stack ever. I mean, I've been masterminding. Obviously, I'm with Raw, super fortunate, and I've gotten to try out a bunch of the pre-workouts and the pump products, and I have found my masterpiece right here. What it is, the Thavage pre-workout. So the lemon lime's been my favorite. Now the Thavage pre-workout, 2 scoops of this, 260 milligrams of caffeine, 6 grams of L-citrulline, and 3.2 grams of beta-alanine. So L-citrulline's good for like nitric oxide, blood, helps increase blood to the muscle, get a bigger pump, and then beta-alanine has been shown obviously for like endurance performance, helps you last longer during the workout. So we got that. I also add in a scoop of pump right here. So this has another 5 grams of L-citrulline and another 2 grams of beta-alanine, just because I love huge pumps, fellas. So I'm gonna maximize my pumps. And then to triple maximize, the liquid glycerol has been delicious. So glycerol helps retain muscle, so makes your muscle fuller, helps retain water in the muscle. So it helps, prevents you from getting dehydrated, but it helps with endurance, lasts longer in the gym, also helps with pumps. So that's the goal of this, and I kid you not, like I've noticed a huge difference, like as far as like, you know, I'm in the gym forever, 2.5 to 3 hours, long marathon sessions, and I feel great from start to finish. I feel fueled, I feel focused, and I feel like literally from the first set to the last set, I feel great. So that's been the go-to stack. You can use code Dylan today. But let's get this down. Probably head to the gym next 45 minutes, get ripping.
All right, just pulled up to the gym. Power and pump time. The best session of the week. So essentially on Saturdays, I always do power and pump. What it is, shoulders and arms, essentially is the main gist of the workout, but that power work I do before. Today I'm gonna clean. I got a clean complex. It's my 3rd week doing it. It is 4 different movements. So it's a hang power clean, into a front squat, into a hang clean, into a full clean, 5 sets of that. I'm gonna go like 8 pounds heavier than last week, and then I'm adding push presses back into the mix. I used to do push presses all the time. It was one of those exercises I just took out one day and I just forgot about them. And I'm like, I love push pressing. I haven't done them in forever. So those are definitely gonna be a staple back in the routine. So that's the power work. We got the clean complex, the push presses, and then we'll get into an arm, shoulder obliteration. I'm gonna do a reverse fly movement, single arm cable reverse flies, then I'm gonna do a lateral delt or a lateral raise superset, which will be super fun, that I got from C-Bomb. I've done it once before and it was nasty, and I'm definitely gonna use it for the next couple of weeks. And then I'm gonna do bicep, tricep, superset, finish with some Zercher carries. Be a dense session, be a fun session. It's a great Saturday. Pre-workout's kicking in, the beta alanine's itching. That just means it's time to train, so let's get ripping. All right, we're starting with a clean complex. So we're gonna go 5 sets. It's gonna be a hang power clean from the hip, front squat, full clean from the hang into a full clean from the ground. Kind of naughty, 3rd week doing it. I got, for my UK guys, I think it's 117 kilos. Yeah, 117 kilos, which is like 257 pounds. So try to move it good. Hopefully the knees feel good. My worst part of my clean is my catch. My front rack's horrible, so trying to work on that. But really, I like these complexes a lot. Super fun to do. Also, look at this freaking heat I'm wearing with this Gymshark shirt, baby. Code DSHAN10 to save. We'll go set 1.
We were Jesus, save me, blue jean baby, born in the USA. Trailer park truck stop, faded little map dots, New York to LA. We were teenage dreaming, front seat leaning, baby, come give me a kiss. Put me on the cover of the Rolling Stone, uptown, down home, American kids. Growing up in little pink house.
All right, we're gonna go push press here. So I have not push pressed in probably like since last September, to be honest. So I literally used to do them twice a week for like forever. So it was just one of those exercises I forgot to start doing. But we do a lot of overhead standing press. So push press, been warming up a little bit. I got 255. I think the goal would be like 4x4. But here, that front, we're just gonna use that front rack, dipping, popping, driving. So cleans this, obviously works on power development. So I want to keep them nice, heavy, but also moving them fast for the first week back. So we'll go 4x4 here. Yeah, just try to move it good.
Blue jean baby, born in the USA. Trailer park truck stop, faded little map dots, New York to LA. We were teenage dreaming, front seat leaning, baby, come give me a kiss. Put me on the cover of the Rolling Stone, uptown, down home, American kids.
All right, so we got the power work out of the way, the clean complex, check, the push press, kind of hard. I actually had to go down and wait because I couldn't lock out the last rep, so it went down to 245, but now it's the bodybuilding time. Now it's the fun time. Well, actually, the power stuff's very fun too. It's all fun. But anyways, this is probably my favorite rear delt variation. So a single arm reverse fly with the cable. So I like setting up like slightly above shoulder height, holding on to that for stability, so you can really reach across, and then from here, rear delt fly. Slight bend in the elbow, really think about pulling back. Try not to keep your arm all the way straight. Like if your arm's all the way straight, you might feel a lot in your triceps, so a slight bend in the elbow, and then really pull back. But the biggest part is this on this way back, is getting that massive stretch across. So we'll go 3 to 4 sets, like 8 to 10.
To this day, when I hear that song, I see you standing there on that lawn. Discount shades, store-bought tan, flip-flops and cut-off jeans. Somewhere between that setting sun, I'm on fire, I'm born to run. You looked at me and I was done, but we were just getting started. I was singing to you, you were singing to me. I was so alive, never been more free. Fired up my daddy's lighter and we sang, oh, oh, oh. Stayed there till they forced us out.
All right, so now we'll get, so I did 4 sets of those reverse flies. awesome rear delt movement. That stretch is so nice, and you can really squeeze. That is probably my favorite rear delt movement. I actually like, because it like, you can really isolate your rear delts. Because when I do a lot of dumbbells, I end up using like my traps and stuff, so that was really nice. Now, we're gonna do this side delt superset that I got from C-Bum. So essentially here, we're at a 45-degree angle. And we're gonna do like an incline lateral raise for 10 to 12 reps, and then I'm gonna stand up. Might use the same weight, probably for the first set I think I'm gonna use the same weight, and then we're just gonna do 20 regular standing lateral raises. So I did this like a month ago, and it was awesome. So I'm gonna start doing this each Saturday, kind of progressive, but these incline raises are a little naughty because you're kind of in a weird position, but really hits your side delt, and obviously, you know, you're not using any momentum. And then the standing ones, you know, use a little bit, but like you're just kind of burning out at that point. So you're getting like 12 reps here and then 20 reps there. So one set's like 32 reps. It's naughty. I'll probably go 3 to 4 rounds, but let's get ripping.
Late at night on your radio, even though you're a million miles away, when you hit on in a USA, you relive those glory days so long ago. When you think about me, do you think about 17? Do you think about my OG? Think about the stars in the sky. Funny how a melody sounds like a memory, like a soundtrack to a July Saturday night. Springsteen.
So that shoulder superset may be my favorite thing of all time. Definitely give it a shot. That blew up my delts. So 45-degree angle, 12 there. Try to pause for a second at the top and then just blow it up 20 reps. You know, try to be fairly strict, but go a little lighter than you think. On those, I chose like the perfect weight where it's like, you know, I wasn't using too much momentum and I was able to get all the reps, but it was hard as hell. So 3 sets there, and then finish with some arms, biceps, triceps. So I'm gonna do 2 bicep tricep supersets. First one's gonna be a skull crusher with a cable curl. So 3 sets, 8 to 10 range, loaded pretty heavy. I like doing skull crushers where I don't come to my skull, I actually go behind my head. Now, if you have the mobility in your shoulders, it's a great way because you get a bigger stretch. Big thing I like doing the skull crushers is really focus about keeping the weight over my forehead the whole time. So not bringing it over my chest where I lose tension off the tricep, but keeping it over the forehead. And then cable curls. I've been loving cable curls. I like them a lot more than like a barbell curl because barbell curls I always end up using too much momentum. And with these, I just feel it so much with a constant tension. So 3 sets there, and then the last superset we'll do a overhead French press. So a cable French press behind the head, and then we'll do a dumbbell alternate curl. So with the tricep I'm getting a line extension, and I'm getting an overhead extension in the triceps from both ways. And then with the curls, I'm doing a kind of like a curl kind of in front of me, and then one where I'm supinating coming behind me. So kind of way leg structure. We'll go 3 sets there as well, like 10 to 12 range, and yeah, finish with that.
How to kiss and cuss and fight too. Better watch out for the boys in blue. In all this small town, he said, she said. Ain't it funny how rumors spread like I know something y'all don't know? Man, that talk is getting old. You better mind your business, man. Watch your mouth before I have to knock that loud mouth out. I'm tired of talking, man. Y'all ain't listening. Them old dirt roads is what y'all miss. I'm chilling on a dirt road, laid back, swerving like I'm George Jones. Smoke rolling out the window, and ice cold beer sitting in the console. Memory laid up in the headlights, it's got me reminiscing on the good times. I'm turning off a real life driving, that's right. I'm hitting easy street on mud tires. I sit back think about them good old days, the way we were raised in our southern ways. And we like cornbread and biscuits, and if it's broke around here, we fix it. I can take y'all where you need to go, down to my hood, back in them woods. We do it different round here, that's right, but we sure do it good, and we do it all night. So if you really want to know how it feels to get off the road, trucks and four wheels, jump on in, and man, tell your friends we'll raise some hell with a blacktop in. Chillin' on the dirt road, laid back, swerving like I'm George Jones. Smoke rolling out the window, and ice cold beer sitting in the console. Memory laid up in the headlights, it's got me reminiscing on the good times. I'm turning off a real life driving, that's right. I'm hitting easy street on mud tires. That's right. On a dirt road, laid back, swerving like I'm George Jones. Smoke rolling out the window, and ice cold beer sitting in the console. Memory laid up in the headlights, it's got me reminiscing on them good times. I'm turning off a real life driving, that's right. I'm hitting easy street on mud tires. That's right.
Lift complete. Ooh, I love Saturday morning lifts. Something nostalgic about Saturday morning and lifts. Don't know why, you know, because every day is kind of the same for me, but for some reason, Saturday mornings, man, I just love a good Saturday morning lift. Maybe it's because I have Sundays as a rest day and it's kind of my last training day. I don't know. Saturday's always fun though. Just finished demolishing my upper body. That was a great pump, great shoulder, great arm pump, great power work. I felt really good today, really good. Usually my knees are pretty achy by Saturday, but feeling good today, so hopefully I don't jinx it. It's probably because I'm gonna sprint after. So gonna go home, probably eat, and then I'm gonna run some, doing some like hill sprints today. They're with my buddies, and I'm excited. These I was doing a lot last year, and I'm adding them back in, so I'll kind of go more into my split later, but essentially my lifting split's kind of been the same. Like the last couple of months I've been experimenting with like different stuff like push pull and stuff, but for the most part it's always 6 days a week. It's lower, chest, back, shoulders, arms, lower, chest, back, and then shoulders and arms today, and then obviously that extra power work with the cleans and the push press. But that's a gist. I love the Arnold split. It's my favorite split. I don't know, I really like doing chest and back together. It's kind of like you do your quads and hamstrings together, so it makes sense to me. And then I love the shoulder and arms days. So that also allows me, because I like doing a lot of like sprinting and conditioning, kind of like my rugby background. So on the 2 leg days, I'm sprinting before legs, so Monday and Thursday. Now those are max effort sprints where it's like full recovery in between. It's about speed, so a lot of standing around, you know, it's about intensity, not conditioning. So then on Tuesday and Friday, I do tempo runs, which I've shown, which are just like sub-maximal sprints, usually about 65-70% of a sprint speed, and that is more conditioning work. That's more where I go about 100 meters every minute, and I'll do anywhere between 20 to 30 total reps broken into sets. And then Wednesday, I'm doing some cardio, just 45 minutes right now on an incline walk. Really something that just keeps my heart rate like above 130. So incline walk's been my favorite. I used to do a lot of like just steady state on the bike, but I like the incline walk because you get steps, whereas with the biking you don't. So I do that, and then Saturdays, power and pump, and then I'm doing hills. So this one, I always say it's gonna be an optional extra workout. The hills, I'm gonna do it every week, but either hills or the steady state cardio. I'll probably do the hills because I do love running hills. Now this is kind of a session where it's like, it's kind of more of a fun session, if that makes sense, where it's like, I'm not stressing over like, oh, it has to be perfect. Like my lifts, my speed work, my tempos, you know, I have it all progressed where it's like, it makes sense. Whereas this one, it's like, hey, if I wanna rip 20 hills and go every minute or however I wanna do it, that's what I'm gonna do it. So that's what I'm doing today. I'll do that in a couple hours. But anyways, I'm not that hungry right now, so I might try to push back my meal because it is only 12. And if I eat now, you know, I wouldn't be able to eat until like dinner time, and that I try to hold off until 7, especially during this cut. Like, I find if I wait until 7, because I go to bed around 9, 7's the perfect time because I won't get hungry after dinner, or I'll grab like an extra snack. Whereas I eat at like 6, then I'm more inclined to like maybe grab like an extra snack at night. So I try to push off till 7, and I'm trying to do a better job, especially in like the middle of the day, is like eating less and saving at least 800 calories for dinner. So eating 3,100 calories right now. So I want to be, you know, 22, 23 at most heading into dinner. So I save enough, because the worst is if I get to dinner, I only have like 650 calories. That's when I'm more inclined to go over it. So, and in the middle of the day, I'm busy throughout the day. So it's more like I don't need to eat a ton. I can like have a smaller meal because I'm not thinking about food as much. So try to have a smaller meal. Maybe I'll push it off, but we'll see. But great session.
All right, fellas, back from the gym. About an hour later, and what did we cook up? We didn't really cook up much. It was already pretty much pre-made. But air fryer, shout out the air fryer. We got the chicken right here. So we kind of got a little smorgasbord of food. We got like 5 ounces of chicken, and then I got the bagged rice right here. So recently what I've been doing, I haven't been eating the whole thing because the whole thing's 450 calories and it's 240 grams. So I'll just weigh it out. I got 180 grams, so it's like 324 calories. And then I got, because I only had like 5 ounces of chicken, I need more protein. So I got some salmon, about 4 ounces of salmon, which I'll probably eat more salmon later because I freaking love salmon. And then I got some Brussels sprouts right here. So this meal, we got 700 calories, 18 fat, 78 carb, 54 grams protein. And then I just track everything. I weigh all my foods and I track everything on Macro Factor. The scale I use, I'm pretty sure I got off Amazon. I'm pretty sure if you type in weight scale on Amazon, it's probably the first one that comes up. Everyone has this one. Anyone I've ever seen who tracks food uses that one. And then Macro Factor's been super nice. So this meal should hold me over. It's like 1239. I'm at 2,081 calories for the day. So that gives me what, like 1,000, a little over 1,000 left for the day. And what I'll probably do is have like a little snack in a couple hours and then save the rest for dinner. But this meal looks pretty good. Threw a little soy sauce on top as well, so can't go wrong with that. Let's gobble up, fellas.
I just finished ripping those freaking sprints. Me and Lamine were freaking getting after it. But ended up doing 15 reps, so how we did it, it was like 30 yard, and that hill is about a 5-degree incline. So I like kind of that hill height because it's not super steep, but obviously it's not flat ground. So it's kind of like that in between where it's steep enough where it adds a little bit of resistance, but it's not slowing you down a ton. And so it's perfect. So ended up going 30 yards, took about 5 seconds, and then went 1 rep every 90 seconds. So it was like a 1 to 20 work to rest ratio. So it was nice. I mean, they'll feel kind of easy the first couple reps. Towards the end, you start to feel it a little bit, but that's how you kind of want it to be. It's like, and I love playing around with that stuff where it's not like, I'll get super stressed out. It's like, oh, it has to be like perfect. It's more like, all right, let's play around with some stuff, get some extra conditioning in. It's kind of icing on the cake. So I love me some hill sprints. They are fun to do. That was a great session. Also, it's always great to train with someone. Always great to train with someone. So it's a gloomy day, fellas. I really got nothing else to do. I don't live a pretty boring life outside of working out. I kind of just work out and work and eat. And that's about it. So chances are the next clip you will see is probably gonna be me eating. So, or maybe I'll surprise you. Who knows? All right, the next clip was not me eating actually, so keep your toes. It's me drinking. But anyways, stop by Wawa. I've turned into not a fiend, not a diet soda fiend, but a fan of diet soda. Now, when I was a kid, up until I was like 12, I was a soda fiend because my parents never brought soda. So I used to go to this pool every day, and I would scavenge to find $1.25 each day to buy a soda. I was like addicted to soda because maybe it's because I never got to have it at home, so I felt like rebellious drinking it. But anyways, drank a ton of soda till I was like 12, and then when I was like 12, I stopped drinking soda, and I never drink soda, but I do drink a lot of caffeine because it's 0 calories and it's delicious, but you can only drink so much caffeine a day, and I'm at the point of the day where it's like 3:30. I'm not really hungry, so this is the thing. A lot of the times I overeat just out of boredom. Like right now, I have nothing to do the rest of the day. I'll probably go home, sit. I'll probably go for a walk or something. And usually a lot of times just take my mind off food. I'll like go for a walk or I'll do a bunch of work, but I don't have a ton today. So to kind of like satisfy it, like I started drinking more diet soda later in the day, where it's like, all right, it's not caffeine. I mean, there's like 50 milligrams caffeine, but it's not like an excessive amount of caffeine, and it's a sweet treat. It's delicious. So shout out diet soda. Shout out diet soda. Great for cutting, obviously. Obviously, it's an age-old hack. It's been around forever. I'm late to the game, but definitely delicious. Dr. Pepper Zero, pretty good. I mean, I don't remember what a real Dr. Pepper tastes like, but it tastes damn good. So 0 calories, can't go wrong with that. But anyways, probably drink this up, probably chill for a couple hours, and then eat some dinner. All right, so not much has transpired in the last hour, or last couple hours. Actually, what I did do, so I ended up eating an apple, and then I did not want to go sit in my apartment and do nothing and just watch YouTube. So what I like to do, and also if I were to sit there, I know I would eat just out of boredom, not because I'm hungry, but out of boredom. So what I try to do is whenever I feel like, one, if I have nothing to do, but also I feel like I would eat, I just get out of that house, get out of the apartment. I went for a walk, like a 40-minute walk, and then I've just been driving around for like 40 minutes, and now I'm down near the river, hanging out here a little bit. So, because I'm not even hungry at all. That's a funny thing. It's like, that's a big thing. It's like, every time I overeat, it's really just because, oh, I'm bored, I got nothing else going on. It's like Saturday afternoon, or it's like Sunday afternoon where there's not much to do. So getting out of the house, going for walks can be key. Getting the old steps in and getting like the 14K there, and then building that up throughout. So that's why I go for so many walks. You know, I already hit my step goal of like 14,000, probably at like 15,000 plus. But yeah, when you got nothing else to do, you kind of just go for some walks or go for car rides. So if you're in that boat, that's a great way to do it. Like if you're ever like, oh man, I don't want to eat right now, like I want to wait in between meals and dinner, I'm cutting or whatever it is, just go for a walk, go for a car ride, do whatever you got to do to just get out of the house. Because most of the times you'll find, oh, I'm just bored, I'm not actually hungry. And it's hard because I'm the same way, where I'm like, oh, I just want to eat right now. It's something to do, and that's usually the case. It's like, oh, I have nothing to do, so like food, making the food, eating the food, that's something to do. So instead, go for a walk, go for a car ride, enjoy the days, and just know summer's coming, get nice and lean. But besides the point, it's a little windy out. Not a great day for nature, but got the steps in, got the food in. I actually ended up having another diet soda, and I had a Sprite Zero, so that might be the new favorite. Diet soda, I'm definitely gonna become a diet soda fiend during this cut, but yeah, it's almost 7, so I'll probably go home now, because now will be good time to eat, and I'll probably get hungry soon. But look at that. Look, I just saved like, I just did something for like 2 hours. I got more steps in. I got to go for a drive. I got to see a beautiful river, and I didn't overeat. So kind of a message to myself, whenever you're bored and you feel like you want to eat, just go do something, and chances are you don't want to eat. So we'll leave the river, go for a little more of a drive, and then we'll get slanging up. All right, whipping dinner up. Shout out the microwave, shout out Whole Foods for this. We got paleo salmon, we got some sweet potato wedges, and then we got these Mediterranean veggies. All freaking gas. I had this yesterday, it's delicious. 890 calories, 80 protein, 37 fat, 59 carbs. So that finishes a day at 3,101 calories. So I want to be at 3,100, perfect. 239 grams protein, 97 fat, 318 carb. And let's take a look at that beauty. Look at that. Woo! We got the sweet potato wedges. Obviously I did not make. Picked up from Whole Foods. The paleo salmon, which is the absolute best salmon ever. And these Mediterranean veggies, which is zucchini, I think squash, pepper, and then some tomato. But anyways, finished the day exactly on my macros. So kind of good, because I wanted to save a big meal for the end of the day. That's what I try to do at 7:18. I try to wait till after 7 to have this dinner, so I don't get hungry again before bed. And then those little hacks I have throughout the day, just get out of the apartment, get out of the house if you're feeling hungry, because most of the time it's just due to boredom. Diet soda can be a great way. Get your steps in,
that's just all I'm doing. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, not like doing all this crazy stuff. You know, training stays the same. I'm training hard, cutting my calories slightly, and I'm just walking more. And then, hey, it's not all set in stone. You know, it ebbs and flows. You know, you got to see, do it for a week, do it for 2 weeks, kind of see how it goes. So, yeah, that's full day of eating. That is a full day of training. I'll probably wrap it up here because not much else that's gonna go on besides eating this, watching some YouTube, and then hitting the sheets early. But I appreciate everyone who watches. As always, you're my dogs. Appreciate you guys. But anyways, stack the damn days. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.